let's get into today's topic, which is how important is it to use references and to brainstorm? Okay, so it is super important to utilize our creativity, use all the ideas that we can come up with, you know, get everything that's on our mind out on paper or wherever you keep your ideas. Whenever we're thinking about creating a new design or even in like brainstorming for anything in life in general, brainstorming really helps like get all of the possibilities out there so that we can proceed with the best route. So brainstorming is pretty awesome because it allows us to kind of think freely, write down stuff, not worry about being perfect. We're able to just clear our mind basically. So it's really awesome. It's very freeing and it really allows us to see like every angle that we can go in or every direction that we can go in. It's pretty overlooked. I mean, I used to not really like to brainstorm. Sometimes I still am like, but honestly, it really does help to just get out all the ideas possible. So definitely brainstorm. Let's see if. Okay. So yes. Brainstorming is great because we don't have to worry about being perfect. We can just get out the ideas and go. Okay, so yes. The ideas, bing! Awesome. Yeah, I love this picture. It really looks good with the background, I feel like. But yeah, there's that light bulb to remind you of coming up with ideas and just writing them all down and not really worrying about is it wrong or is it right? I'm just brainstorming. Okay, so using references. This is something that I even now still struggle with. Using references is really important because you can see what's working, you can see different styles, you can see different points of view, and you can pull inspiration from those views and spin it to make your own new design. So we want to have a guide. We want to do things structured. There's always a time and a place to be free with our designing and just play. And there's also a time to like practice doing what works, don't worry about inventing the wheel. See what others are doing. Pull what you like from what they're doing. And this kind of stuff can be applied to like anything. Don't worry about copying people. I wouldn't recommend doing exactly what they're doing, exactly unless you're like really just practicing, just to make sure that you know how to get to the result that they're doing. But using a reference is like using a guide of like, what do you visually see that's working? And like, what could you add or twist to make it your own or make it the best version of what you can do? So yeah, I used to think that it wasn't necessary. And a lot of the work that I had done in the past or have done in the past, the ones that I didn't use a reference for, did not. It was fun to practice my skills on Adobe or other like design software, but yeah, so definitely use references. Any great artist or designer or other areas, music, whatever, are going to tell you like using a reference is really going to help you to get to where you need to be or where you're needing to go. Using a reference is going to, as we said, give you a guide to say like, okay, this is what I like. How can I make something similar that's my own? So yeah, this is like just an example of a reference versus a non-reference. If you can see the one with the checkpoint or the check on it, she looks more in proportion, you know, it just kind of has like, it just looks more realistic. Whereas like the non-reference, it's like she's kind of got a bigger head. She kind of, it's both of the pictures are pretty good, but on the reference that has the check mark, the hair looks nice and realistic, but it has this nice wave to it that just looks natural and pretty, like water. And then the one without the reference, it's kind of like, I wasn't sure which way the hair flew. So I'm kind of making it up in my mind, which is fine. But using the reference is really gonna help. And this is gonna, like, not just drawing, this is like other stuff too. So yeah, she kind of looks, with the one with the X, she kind of looks like unearthly, or like almost like an alien kind of, which is, both of them are pretty. But there's just like, see the light in the eyes with the girl with the check? There's just something about that one that's like drawing you to that one. I do like how the X has the lips. Like, I think that's pretty. But the one with the check looks good. It looks good. And I think it's my favorite, especially because of the hair. Like, they nailed the hair on that one. Okay, so this is just talking about school so far and what we're doing. So yeah, that's my take on using references in brainstorming, and I hope you got some value out of that. I hope you liked it. Definitely take the time and get good at brainstorming and get good at picking out what you really like in other people's stuff and figuring out how you can make it work for your stuff. So yeah, references and brainstorming are pretty important if you want to come up with a structured design, So yes, that's it. I hope you liked it. I'm getting this from my newsletter. It comes out every week, usually on Mondays. It's called saritastudios.substack.com, and you can find tools, resources, reviews, trends.